Welcome to week 4 of Aprendiendo, Juntos, Learning Together to Give Care. My name is Carol White. I am a professor at the School of Nursing at UT Health San Antonio. I am presenting for you today content that was prepared by Dr. Lizette Vasquez, a nutritionist and a professor at University of Texas San Antonio. In week 4, we are discussing 3 topics related to nutrition. In this presentation, we will discuss nutrition and ways to enhance nutrition for your family member living with dementia and for you as well. You will hear a second presentation about swallowing and ways to prevent swallowing difficulties. And then thirdly, there will be a presentation on oral hygiene, which is closely related to nutrition. The objectives for Part 1 of nutrition are to discuss strategies to help you feel comfortable and confident in engaging your family member in mealtime activities. Secondly, we'll discuss how to recognize signs of poor eating or nutrition that may require referral to a nutritionist or a physician. And thirdly, we'll provide some cooking tips to enhance nutrition for your family member and for you. Mealtime activities and coming together for meals are an important part of our socialization. I'm sure all of you have some important mealtime memories, and you want to continue to involve your family member as best you can in mealtime activities and making more memories while keeping in mind hygiene, safety, and the person's dignity. Some questions you can ask yourself about ways that you can involve your family member could be: what activities did your family member used to enjoy? What do they like to do now? Do they appear interested when you were doing different things like cooking, baking, gardening? What are they capable of doing today given their functional and cognitive abilities? Should they sit or stand for simple tasks? And then can you involve them in activities such as cutting soft fruits, vegetables, stirring, folding napkins? There can be numerous nutritional challenges related to dementia, and within the content that we provided you today for week 4, there's a lot of materials about nutrition, some of the problems associated with nutrition, and then different strategies you can use to encourage good eating with your family member. Does your family member seem to be a picky eater or disinterested in food? A person living with dementia may struggle to recognize the food and drink in front of them. They may be unsure of how to begin eating. Eating and drinking can be more difficult if a person's routine and diet are changed. And then as the dementia progresses, your family member is going to need more support to meet their nutritional needs. What are some of the challenges that a person living with dementia may experience? Certainly, decreased sense of smell and taste can be associated with dementia. Because of some of their perceptual difficulties, they may not recognize the food or know how to get it from the plate to their mouth. And then poor fitting dentures or oral pain can be important reasons why people may be less likely to be eating well. And we'll hear more about oral hygiene on the third presentation. Medications may also play a role in how well your family member eats. There are certain medications, particularly some medications for dementia, that may cause a dry mouth and may make it more difficult for people to eat. And then because your family member may not be exercising as much, they may also not be as interested in eating or have an appetite. So these nutritional challenges can lead to a poor appetite, weight loss, but there also can be weight gain where people forget they've eaten and continue to eat, and then also malnutrition because they're not eating what they may have previously eaten may also be a nutritional challenge that you may be faced with. How can you support your family member living with dementia to eat and drink well? As I mentioned in the materials that we provided with for today's class, there's extensive information about eating and drinking and ways to encourage your family member to eat and drink well. But briefly here, think about what your family member likes and doesn't like and their past routines. Provide them with simple choices about what they would like to eat. If you remember from the communication module, rather than saying, "What would you like to eat for lunch?" give them choices, thinking about what it is they like. Would you like a turkey sandwich or a ham sandwich? Respecting their preferences will support them to eat and drink well. And then give the person gentle reminders to eat and remind them about what the food is. Keep calm and try not to rush your family member. It's important that they don't feel hurried and are given sufficient time to eat. They may eat much slower than you will, but allow them that time. Eating with them also will make the meal more enjoyable for them. Help them to maintain their independence as much as possible, so you may look for foods that they're more able to eat independently rather than you feeding them. If they're refusing to eat now, it's not worth a fight with them. Leave it for now and then try again a bit later. If you're concerned about your family member's diet, speak to your doctor or consult a dietitian who can give advice on what is best in a particular situation. This slide from the National Institutes of Health presents the contributions from different food groups that lead to a balanced diet. And you can see here that fruits and vegetables make up about half of that diet, with grains, dairy, and protein making up the other half. We provided you with some links within the appendices that were provided today that will show you different meal plans and how you can make a healthy diet for you and your family member. The following slides give some simple tips for boosting nutrition and also ways to involve your family member in helping you. For example, in this slide, oats are a good way to boost nutrition, and your family member could help you by stirring, pouring the milk on the oats, slicing, scooping, sprinkling, many different ideas of ways that they can help you. On the next slide, we have Greek yogurt, which can be added for creamy goodness, but also for providing calories, and some tips of how your family member can help you in preparing these dishes. Egg quesadilla with veggies and cheese, who doesn't love that? And by combining these different foods, you can really boost the nutrients in that dish. And again, some tips of how you could involve your family member in helping you to prepare that dish. On this slide, you see chicken tortilla soup, and you can also add Ensure or another high protein supplement to boost calories if you need to do that. It's also a great source of fiber. You want to encourage your family member to eat independently for as long as possible. Over time, they may forget how to use certain utensils, and it may be difficult for them. But rather than feeding your family member always, you may be able to encourage them to eat independently by offering them finger foods such as are seen here. Avocados are a great healthy food choice with healthy fats, and they can be added to many foods, or you can make it the main entree. And then again, some tips of how your family member can help you in preparing that. Hydration is so important to our overall health, but as we age, we tend to lose some of our thirst drive. And then if you consider someone who is living with dementia, who has memory issues and is even forgetting to drink, maintaining their hydration becomes a very important issue. We know that dehydration is an important health issue for people living with dementia. When they're dehydrated, they may become much more confused, and it can also lead to hospitalization because of imbalances in their electrolytes. The content provided with this week's materials provides more tips on how to encourage hydration and also shows different products that you can use. Seen here are Ensure, or there's other products or supplements like Ensure that can not only hydrate, but they can also increase or boost calories. So just a tip to remember the 3 E's that we like to think about in terms of nutrition. Encouraging assistance during mealtime preparation. Plan ahead so that your family member is successful. Engage them in simple mealtime tasks, things that they can help you with that support their dignity and their worth as a human being. And then enjoy the mealtime together. Share great memories. Encourage conversation around food. Make it fun and relaxing. Just one comment about food safety. We already know that people living with dementia are vulnerable to infections, to bacteria. So just remembering good hand washing techniques, and then also thinking about bacteria and thinking about when you're cooking, how you're ensuring hygiene and safety in the foods that you're preparing. So in summary, we want you to feel confident when engaging with your family member in simple mealtime activities, and to feel confident in the kinds of nutrients you can incorporate into your diet to meet your family member's nutritional needs as well as your own, and then to recognize signs of poor eating or nutrition that may need consultation or a referral to a doctor or a dietitian. Thank you.